Minnesota seems to be just as corrupt as Colorado, and I found out the hard way that the corruption exists in its appellate courts too. This interstate case fixing was participated in or known about and condoned by at least 7 officials in Colorado and at least 6 officials in Minnesota. I am currently reporting the crime sprees in both states and will be posting the results of the investigation to my other website, www.forfatherlessfamilies.webs.com. That's spelled out F-O-R, forfatherlessfamilies.webs.com. Since neither the divorce judge nor anyone with the county or state child support enforcement offices has ever applied the best interest standards and child support guidelines as required by state and federal law, I applied them to the case myself and have been demanding reconciliation of my account for over 5 months now to the highest directors of the Colorado Department of Human Services. They are blatantly ignoring my rights and their responsibilities again. So this past week, I brought my demands to the Federal Office of Child Support Enforcement. I am also demanding that both Colorado and Minnesota be cut off from all federal funding until Title 4D, that's under Title 4D, due to noncompliance. I will post the OCSE, Office of Child Support Enforcement's decisions and actions as they happen. I urge all non-custodial parents to find out how your state is required to calculate child support and calculate it for yourself. If you find that you were ordered to pay too much, you will likely find that your child support obligation was intentionally set too high as a way for the state to maximize their federal funding. And if so, please email me from my website so I can tell you where to file criminal complaints and which office to contact to have your state cut off. The law states that federal funding is conditional upon state compliance and that following the provisions of Title IV of the Social Security Act is mandatory to qualify. I can easily prove noncompliance in both states, and I can also prove that the noncompliance was intentional to get more federal funding than they deserve. According to federal law, both states are engaging in the theft of public funds, not only by jacking up child support orders and blocking modification, but also by aiding and abetting ineligible applicants in obtaining public assistance funds. We non-custodial parents, our children, and all federal taxpayers are victims of theft by thousands of judicial and agency officials operating like a mafia all across the United States and apparently around the world. Governments are supposed to be non-profit organizations, but our governments are racketeering and stealing billions each year from the private sector, from families, and from millions of non-custodial parents and their children. So, happy Father's Day to all the dads around the world. Okay, again, that is a speech from John Hentges. His case is in Colorado, and to avoid further harassment, he moved to Minnesota but didn't find much improvement there. His website is www.forfatherlessfamilies.webs.com. F-O-R, fatherlessfamilies.webs.com.